Hello and welcome to Týrcast 29. My name is Here, singer and guitar player of Týr, and I am in Prague.
And I am Gunnar Thompson, and I'm the bass player of Týr. Woohoo! Oh, finally. And I'm stated here in the Faroe Islands, still. It's amazing.
And I am Hans in the Faroe Islands and one of the guitar players.
Woo!
I forgot to mention that. Sorry, I am not. I'm also one of the two guitar players.
And I'm still the only drummer of Týr. Tat. Well, right now, the only.
For now.
Yes, of
Maybe
course.
we'll get another one. No, we will not.
And where are you, my friend?
Oh, right. I'm in the Buddha of Pest, Hungary.
Is that like
By
a
the way-
disease?
It sounds like it, right?
This
By the way,
is...
regarding... Oh, yes. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You first, by all means.
I
please.
really couldn't. No,
I insist.
I just wanted to ask about drummers. There might be more on the show in February, right?
That is true. We will have Kara playing one song with us and Amon playing one or two songs as well. So our former drummers will be with us on the show in Luxembourg on the 26th of February. So you'll be relieved for about 3 songs, I suppose.
Yes, I'm gonna stand there at the bar and... Oh, well, in Luxembourg there's
No, you
But we can make one for you.
Yes, please.
you can make your own bar.
Yes.
We can make a one on stage, actually, for
Yes.
you. So,
That would
You
be
need
nice.
a German passport to enter this bar.
Well, I have a German passport, so that's not a problem, yeah?
I was about to say, this is the second episode of our 3rd season.
Oh,
We
is it
skipped
really?
The last, it is. We skipped the
Oh.
last episode because we were all quite busy and, well, it happens. So we usually put out these episodes on the 7th and the 22nd, but the last 22nd of January we skipped for busyness reasons. We put this up first and foremost on YouTube, but also on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and on Buzzsprout. It also goes to patreon.com/tierband, where you have early access, plus you have access to some other material. And in the last episode, we somehow hit on witch hunting, witch burning,
Witch
and
burning.
the like.
Right, yes, and I have a little addendum to that because we were talking about the last executions of witches in Europe, and I was not quite sure about the dates, so I just would like to clarify that. Anna Göldi was executed in Glarus, Switzerland in 1782, and Barbara Zdunk in Prussia in 1811. Both women have been identified as the last women executed for witchcraft in Europe, but in both cases, the official verdict did not mention witchcraft, as this had ceased to be recognized as a criminal offense. So, there you have it.
And good riddance.
And good riddance to that.
I do remember mentioning the Salem witch trials. Those happened in the late 1600s, the early 1700s. So a bit before this.
Yeah. A bit.
So looks like this may have happened in Europe a bit longer than in America. However, it's still happening in Africa some places.
Yep.
this just blows your mind, Hans, huh?
He's just... I mean, I can't even.
He's thinking, could we maybe burn some of those people in Miðvágur on the New Year fire? Some of them sure deserve it.
Oh, Harry, by the way, what the hell is that burning hot stuff in the back of yours?
Oh, this is the prototype for the flag. In connection with our new release, our upcoming live album, A Night at the Nordic House. It's available for pre-order already at our web store at Týr.fo as a double CD with a DVD and as a double LP. I've set one aside for each of us at least, and a few more. We're going to produce this flag that will be sold with the bundle. So you order a bundle, you get this flag and an LP and a DVD. It's it's just the artwork from the show and the cover of the album. Quite nice. There are pictures of us. There's the Nordic house, our logo, some natural scenery from the Faroes, the conductors here, all the band members. Quite nice. Unfortunately, there's Terje instead of Hans, but this was before.
Unfortunate.
Hans joined the band. Very, very unfortunate detail there, but you can tape over it. We'll give you a little sticker with Hans's face on it. You can order that extra. It's very, very expensive.
Let's
That can
do
be
that
fixed.
when we're in the Faroes.
You can do a special edition release of the album where I've been photoshopped in.
Yes,
That'd be great.
very poorly.
By the way, that artwork has been done by Dula Hovanchak. He made some of our album artworks as well, and I'm going to be interviewing him in a couple of days. So this is going to go on Patreon as well.
Very nice, very nice. I'm looking
want
forward to
look
that.
Forward to that, yeah.
Sorry.
Am I that boring? Yes. Am I really?
Hans, no, I meant Thaddeus. We are. I'm afraid you and I are the boring personalities.
Yeah, probably. We're the
Hans
geeks.
are the. Yeah. So we have to get used to people yawning at us while we talk. It's just in our natural.
But it's so
in our
interesting.
natural,
We have so
disposition.
interesting and clever things to say. No,
To be perfectly honest, it's Sunday morning.
I appreciate everything
I
that
used-
comes out of your mouth, Thaddeus.
Oh,
unless
thank you.
It's rack vomit.
It's
beautiful.
Sunday morning. I usually sleep on a Sunday.
yeah, well,
Sunday is not a fun day.
isn't it?
No.
Well,
isn't.
if we're recording a new episode, it quite is.
Okay.
Look,
It could be.
So we have a release show, as we've mentioned many times before, but it bears re-mentioning for a night at the Nordic House on the 26th of February in Luxhøll in Runavik in the Faroes. And it's also an anniversary for our first album, which is now 20 years old. The album is called How Far to Asgard. And we will be playing the song How Far to Asgard at the show as well. We haven't played that in 18 years.
Yeah,
Did you actually ever play it live?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Many times. When we started out, we had just one album and a few songs, and we played pretty much everything we had, I think. I think we played all the songs on the first album. Am I right?
We played all of them except from we even played the dogs.
Yeah, many
Wild
times.
Dogs.
It was extraordinarily difficult, but we did play it a few times.
I remember with my former band with Dalriada when we for the first time came to Budapest to play at a club. It was, I mean, the capacity was like 80 people. So we sold out, but we only had one album. So it was like 8 or 9 songs, and that was it. That was our set list. But the people were quite enthusiastic, and they said, "Well, play another song." And we said, "Well, we don't have any more songs. We don't care. Play anything you already played." And we ended up playing the whole set list twice.
Well, I think we actually did something similar, like we had to do
An encore.
an encore. We just had to play the same song. I'm quite sure we did the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
We've done that.
so
Maybe as a
Play it
beginning
again,
band,
Sam.
it's best to leave people wanting more and convince them to come to the next show rather. it's not the worst thing for a new band. You have few fans. You need to impress them with the best thing you got. I don't know. Just a thought.
True. But in the heat of the moment, it felt very good.
I'm sure it did. It did for us too. Whereas when you're an established band, you can play maybe a 2-hour show and play the best songs last. Whereas when you're a new band, you have to impress people as quickly as possible.
Exactly.
Spend less time on it, I think. We're going to play 18 songs, no less, at this show in the Nordic House, and it's one of the longest shows we played in a long time. Usually at festivals you get maximum 1 hour, and that leaves you something like 10 songs usually.
Except for the very first 2 shows I played with you guys. I was in Estonia and in Latvia, and the Estonian show was the shorter one. That was about 21 songs, and the Latvian show was 23 songs. It was, of course, yes, and of course, without rehearsal.
And how the hell you made it through that, I don't know about.
You
did well, my friend.
Clue, man. Well, the second show was better. The first one, I was not very comfortable.
I understand that very well.
What was that? Was it on that occasion you had to ask, how the hell does that song go?
Yes, that was the encore. I mean, we made it through the set somehow. The very first show, that was in 2016, middle of August in Estonia at the Viru Folk Festival. It was a very nice festival right next to the sea. And we made it through 20 songs, and then came the encore, and that was Shadow of the Swastika. And we were like, okay, let's start. And then, shit. I forgot how it starts. Yes, and I had to ask you, Heri, to hum the first note, because for the love of it, I couldn't remember it. And you were like, what do you need? The first notes.
Understandable.
Oh yes, right, that one. It was quite the workout for me.
It's the worst feeling in the world to just getting blackout on stage.
Yes.
We have no idea.
It actually happened when we did the last one with the Red Cross show. Because there's this intro in the beginning, and all of a sudden I had no idea which song we were playing. It was just gone for a very short while, and wow.
Hans,
it came back to me.
You said you just forgot momentarily how to play guitar, right?
Yeah, because the intro or the first part for the guitars is so simple. It can't be any more simple than that. And I'm totally lost. Don't know how to find the notes or play the...
What do I do with my hands?
I was actually picking...
Here?
I was fretting one string with left hand and plucking another with the right hand. Like, so bad was it. But but suddenly it came back and I was more relaxed.
Yeah.
I haven't been properly nervous on stage since we started. I mean, since we started the first band. There were some cases in the very beginning where I was extremely nervous, but got some shock therapy and never really came back.
Actually, for me, I'm never nervous, but when we have to do shows in the Faroes for some reason, I get a little bit nervous, yes. And I think it's all to do with... because most of the people that are down there, you're gonna meet them again, and they're gonna tell you, "You played the wrong note, sucker." That's what goes on in your mind. So it's
but
like
it never happens. I mean, you have to play so poorly; it's unbelievable before the audience notices. Not that we ever do.
Never.
But literally, something has to catch fire before the audience will complain about the quality. which is fortunate for us because our things don't catch fire that often.
Yeah, I played the wrong song for a whole song. Nobody noticed.
I remember one show in Madrid, Spain. That was really, really, really bad. I mean, so many things went wrong, and the people they were after the show. They came and said, "Wow, what a great show!" And we were like, "Seriously? I mean, have you been at this show?" Yes, it was marvelous. So yeah.
You just have to say thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for coming. See you next time. I'm glad you liked it. If you start explaining to people why it was bad, it's a waste of time.
They don't get it.
And maybe it's counterproductive. We know it could have been a bit better here and there, or much better sometimes. And it's just people don't care. It's the feeling, it's the experience, and music works like this. They heard it 100 times on a CD at home, and if there are some blanks, some things missing, their memory fills it in. You listen to music like that much more with your memory than your actual senses.
And
Perception is a bit weird like that.
And also, for me, if I go to a concert, I don't expect perfection. I really don't.
Exactly.
I expect them to play for the people, as you know. And if there are some few mistakes here and there, hey, it just makes it more real.
Yeah, true.
We know from our own experience, you'd never play a show without one mistake. It just doesn't happen.
I think that the energy and presence of the band, if that's good, you get away with way more than, for example, a band who is very inactive on stage, like just standing and stuff like that. I've seen it many times for new bands, like just starting out. If they are just standing there on the stage, boring, not doing anything, not engaging with the crowd or anything, you catch the flaws way better, because then you focus more on what they're actually playing instead of the whole show as a whole.
True.
That's...
I have been properly nervous last week because I had actually a show with a new band. Well, a new project, more or less.
Goodness gracious me.
Yes, that was on last week on Thursday. Yes, January 20th. Band called Rivers Ablaze, and it's kind of progressive death black metal, but very fast stuff and very.
Yeah, I heard some of the stuff. That's
quite a handful.
It sounds like florid right away.
Yes.
But
yes.
How did the show go?
Beats all through.
Yeah.
I mean, we of course we were the opening band that evening, but there were at least 350 people there already, so it was quite good.
Yeah.
Of course, we had some fuck ups, but again, nobody noticed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Cool, yeah, fancy that.
Coolsies. What's going on in the Faroes? Oh, we'll be back in the Faroes when? In like 3 weeks? I'm so much looking forward to it.
I plan to arrive on the 21st of February.
Yeah.
I guess our sound guy will come at the same time, and we'll start rehearsing. And that's the plan.
Did you hear that? We're going to rehearse.
Yes,
absolutely. We have 2 songs we haven't played in a long time, and we don't play together that much. Isn't it nice though?
I have a whole list here. I have a whole list here that we haven't played for a long time.
and fortunately, regarding COVID, it's looking a lot better in the Faroes and in Denmark. I think they said restrictions will be lifted on the 1st of February in Denmark. And something similar in Norway, I think. I'm not sure. But they did say in the Faroes, all restrictions will be lifted on the 28th of February. However, people are already having shows and behaving as if restrictions no longer apply. Shows are happening in Luxadel at the moment and in the Nordic House. So sports events are going on with 700 people. We're going to have maximum 454 people at this event. So I think we're safe in assuming it will happen and looking good, fortunately.
Are
Finally.
there still tickets?
There are
available?
80 tickets left
80?
at the moment. 80 tickets, yeah. So that's pretty good. Usually, one expects to sell about 50% pre-sale and 50% at the door. But I assumed there would be not so much pre-sale because people would be worried the show will not happen, which is, of course, justified. But the pre-sales were pretty good, and we're down to... We have sold 372 tickets, and that means some 80 tickets are left.
Yeah.
And if
Very
people
nice.
want to join the show, they should hurry.
Quite nice.
We have a lot of people coming from abroad to see this.
Yeah.
And I hope they all get a flight and a place to stay. They just reduced the flights to the Faroes, unfortunately, so people might have to stay for longer. You can also sail from Denmark, but that leaves you a few more days of travel, unfortunately.
And it's expensive.
Very expensive. Well, compared to... Isn't sailing cheaper in the winter time, in low season?
It really does matter because you still have to rent a room and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's
It's not a ferry. It's more my mini cruise ship.
Yeah.
The trip takes 2 days.
yeah.
I would love to do that once. So far, I always arrive by plane, but yeah, someday.
Hey,
It's a night.
We could go to Denmark with the boat.
Right.
That would be awesome.
The
I haven't
Witchcraft,
been on.
actually.
Yeah, we won't make the first show. The first show in Denmark after that is on the 4th of March, and the ferry that we can make arrives on the 5th.
Yeah.
So I'll be taking the ferry to the Faroes to get all the equipment around, so we don't have to check it in to an airplane. And I'll probably fly back to Denmark with the rest of you, and then fly back to the Faroes to get my car, or have someone put it on the ferry for me and pick it up in Denmark. It's a nightmare of a logistical situation. If the show in Denmark happens and the shows in the UK right after that, those are unfortunately up in the air at the moment, because one show was cancelled and the festival at the end of that tour was postponed until next year. So
Was it? Oh, okay.
It was. Our team is negotiating with the English people at the moment to see if they can replace some of them, or if we should postpone it.
Fuck.
Which simplifies the logistics a bit.
Yeah, but I hope they find a solution.
Of course.
Hopefully.
In worst case, it'll be postponed. It won't be cancelled. But March was looking like a decent month, and
I'm slowly getting tired of that postponed thing.
my goodness,
Tell
it's
me about it.
boring me to tears by now.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So that's some moderately good news, at least. Things are looking up.
Yeah.
Most places.
They do.
And we are well on our way to making a new album as well.
Oh, yes.
We are.
already recorded some
We
choirs,
reco-
some bass,
Choirs
some
and some
drums.
bass, some guitars, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So and I will be going to Prague as soon as more stuff is ready. I will
Yes.
go straight
I'm
to
gonna
Prague.
join you guys in Prague, and it's only 5 or 6 hours by train, so I'll be there.
Hans, are you coming too?
Nah, no.
Nah.
Nah.
Fuck that.
So I'm writing songs at the moment, and we have. It's hard to say exactly where we are, but we did record the bass for two or three songs by now, Gunnar.
Yeah, 2 songs, and
Some
we were
choir
supposed to record.
recordings.
We were supposed to record one more, but I got caught up in some COVID situation and stuff like that.
Yeah. We did some choirs, and I hope we'll do more choirs now that we're together in the Faroes. Maybe some more bass even, some guitar. Let's see what we have time for. But the more, the better. And I'd say we're getting close to halfway done.
It's more or less safe to say that this album is gonna be released this year. If,
I would say so. Yes.
if there is no big screw up, but no.
The
it doesn't look like
the
it.
really annoying thing right now for releasing albums is with the supply line shortages. It takes so long to produce LPs.
Yes.
And the record label wants LPs out at the same time as the album is released for pre-sales. So the last number I heard was 10 months. You have to be 10 months in advance with the material. This might change depending on how supply lines behave. I have no idea. It used to be 3 months when we started. That means after we're done, there are 10 months until... It might be 10 months until the album can be released.
We should then order some cassettes.
Yes, cassettes. Definitely.
I did that last time, but nobody answered me. I asked Metal Blade if they could produce cassettes.
We were too late with that. Weren't we?
I suppose
With him.
not many bands produce cassettes, and
Well,
I guess they don't even know what to do with it. It's not.
I think. I mean.
I think
Producing
that's
at 500
it's a
or-
cool thing.
Yeah.
You have to remember we have a lot of elder.
I'm not against it. I would love to
Older.
have a cassette of all our stuff. That's not the point. It's just it's a question of what do they do with it? Do they have contacts to any cassette producers? Do they see any way of selling it?
I'm sure they have. It's like a merchandise.
We'd sell it ourselves if not. But I'm just saying it may not be that simple to have it produced.
Yeah.
And 8 tracks.
I don't even know what that is.
An 8 track. Really?
Eight track. Oh yeah, like 8 millimeter or.
No, it's 8 track. They used it in American cars. Supposedly it was like a big tape going around.
Okay.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No.
But they called it 8 tracks, so I guess there's like 8 tracks on it. Instead of the old cassettes were like 2 tracks, I think. So these had 8 tracks on it.
I see. Okay.
Why don't we make gramophone platter while we're at it?
Yeah.
What's it called?
those are called 78s, I think.
78. Yeah, my father had. They're still in the house. My father had a huge stack of them. They are thick as a brick, and there's a player. You wind it up by hand.
Yeah.
Or a Vax coil,
I think they're
That
made.
was the very original.
I think they're made of bakelite or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I
he
saw
had a stack full of old Danish Schlager.
there was this very funny episode on YouTube where this guy shows. There was at one point I guess you call a gramophone player or whatever. It was a round. It was a round cylinder.
Yeah, wax cylinders.
Yeah. And he stood with this and said it was very fragile, and he dropped the thing on the floor and it went to pieces on a TV show.
Nice.
Very unfortunate and very old.
I haven't seen that.
You should try to look it up. It's one very excited guy trying to show this off how it worked.
So yeah, as soon as we can, we will release the album on digital media mostly, but also on any other format that we can get it on. So don't worry about that. It might be interesting to hear in the comments to this video how many people would buy a cassette.
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
Mention it in the comments below if you would. Thank you.
Maybe one person. I'm guessing.
Then we produce one.
I had some cassettes here. Where were
well-
cassettes?
Yeah, we can make a mixtape.
Tour ultimate mixtape.
Writing the set list on it by hand, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, I remember those.
I loved making mixtapes. That was really original. Good feeling.
I remember waiting by the radio with the tape recorder for the right song to come on, and then you just missed the beginning of it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
actually
And you had a tape full of songs without the intro.
I actually even phoned in to a radio station when I was a kid. I wanted to hear this and that song, and they were like, "Oh, you again? Okay."
Those were the days.
I used to do a similar thing. I was watching MTV and would wait with my phone to record the song from the television with the shitty phone microphone just to hear the song. And I was sitting like for 10 hours waiting for that one song.
Beautiful.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That gets you there. Gone are the days of MTV.
That was quite
It was
short-lived anyway.
It was, but it was the real introduction to modern heavy metal,
Oh.
at least in the Faroes.
Me and Hera and one pal of ours, we used to sit every night when Headbangers Ball started. We would sit in Hera's parents' living room and have coffee and whatnot, and just waiting for MTV to come
Yeah.
on. It was
It
fun.
was
was
on,
amazing.
Well, it was Headbangers Ball on MTV we were waiting for.
Yeah.
And it was on at midnight in the Faroes Sunday evenings.
Was it
So that
midnight
was
or midnight
pretty bad
or
timing.
yeah, midnight or 11 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, it was quite late. Quite late. That lasted until the grunge wave started, and
Yeah, and it was, as I remember it, it was pretty well. They got all the different types of music put pretty well together, so it would start off with more soft stuff and end up with trash music. So.
yeah. But until
Thrash.
grunge started, then there was only grunge all of a sudden,
Yep.
and all the other bands got no playtime. But that was really, it made me detest grunge for decades,
Yes.
and
Same here.
I kind of still do, but I do see some good bands and good songs here and there.
Performers in a lumber shirt. Oh my god. Oh.
Suddenly there was room
Oh.
for bad guitar players as well.
Yeah.
I think
And
Megadeth used the lumber shirts in the 90s too. When they released the
I mean,
best.
They're back now as well in stoner
Yeah.
and doom metal bands, so it has become.
I actually
another
like them.
trend.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I do too. When I go fishing.
I think I never had a lumber shirt in my life,
Oh,
I have at least 20, I think.
nor did I ever go
Seriously.
fishing.
I rarely use them though. But
You're
they're cool.
you're a grunge wannabe.
Yeah.
I actually, I was growing up with grunge, and I was never torn between. I was always like, yeah, I love grunge, but I love metal as well, and I had some friends who always tried to make me decide. No, dude, you have to decide. Are you a grunger or are you a metalhead? And I like both. Come on, no, you can't.
That's very good of you. But I really felt that they displaced all the cool music that was there before. I never liked Kurt Cobain. I thought he was obviously mentally ill, and putting a mentally ill drug addict on display is just. I thought there was something wrong with it.
Probably. I mean, of course, the marketing behind it, that was unbelievable. But
yeah.
But I mean, look, Alice in Chains. That was really good music. I mean, Vince Staley,
some Soundgarden, some Alice in Chains. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. But back then, I just hated it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
What I hated about it was I call it stoner music because of all the people I knew that listened to that stuff. They would sit down and smoke hashish and all that stuff, and I just despised all that.
I suppose some of that goes for me as well. Yeah, I never got into the pot smoking scene.
No, I just didn't get it because they most of them more or less fell asleep and just went, yeah, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, and they started laughing at everything that's not funny and just being silly. Yeah.
So I never
No, never appealed to me at all.
No, never. But not to say that I have heard some of the music again from some of the bands, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, some great songs and bands in between there. Yeah. Absolutely. The challenge is going decently well. I think I'm ahead so far. How does it look, Tadeusz? Yours is quite long as well.
It is. But I had it a little bit trimmed because it was just getting out of hand. So.
I didn't trim anything. I just put wax in it to keep it pointing down.
Come on, your beard is not trimmed?
No. I only trimmed my mustache down to here. I haven't touched any of this. Absolutely not.
That grows in a very
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's full of wax to keep it pointing down.
I see. Gunnar,
So
show your face.
It's good on this side, but this side I have a gap right there.
Yeah, well.
So I have to change tactics and grow a little bit more hair, and hopefully to cover it. But
You could also just shave it down on both sides till it's equal.
No, this side is fine. I like this side.
Show us your good side.
Yeah. So, but I do trim here, or else it looks stupid. Mm-hmm. So, and a little bit here.
We should do some videos or portrait photo shooting in the Faroes when we are there with all our glorious facial hair.
I mean,
I'm afraid we all got a head start on you, Hans. You were clean shaven when we started.
He's getting there.
No, I was the only one who started on the day growing the beard on the day of the challenge.
Yeah,
True.
That's true.
Tell me one thing here. You don't have it growing up here?
Yeah, I do. I do shave it down to where any decent growth starts. That's true. I have like 2 or 3 hairs up here.
Oh, I have a lot.
I do shave them off.
It goes like that.
Yeah.
So I have to shave that.
No, mine doesn't. There's no decent growth until down here, and you can see the line. That's where it starts.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, I
very neat, Hans, very neat.
Still don't get anything over here. It's like, you know.
You really have nothing like between the side of your cheek and up to your ear?
It's very few. It's very few here. So I mean, it's just, you know, as if I had, it's normal growth here and here, but here, not really.
I see. Well,
it's like somebody put a suction cup on you, and that's where it's gonna stay.
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
I think we look quite distinguished and stylish.
We absolutely do, and just think about it, how we are gonna look in November. Jesus.
but it's very grey at areas.
Yeah. Last time I was in the Faroes a few weeks ago. First thing my son says to me, "Wow, you look quite grey." It's much more visible now that my beard is growing. That it's getting a bit grey in the front. Maybe I'll just use some color to disguise it and just color it all grey, so get it over with.
You're getting old.
I just color it all grey.
Stressed.
Get it over with.
It's stress.
How about that?
It's stress. You see? Stress.
Stress.
Right there. That's stress, baby.
Building too many houses, Gunnar.
Yeah, apparently.
Building the house of love.
Okay. So see you in 3 weeks then, I guess, huh?
We don't have. Goodness me! I didn't even check for questions for this one.
Right.
But we have Q's and A's everywhere these days. So we'll get to all the questions that people have. Our next live Q&A is on the first Saturday of February, which will be. Let me get this out to the good people. So this one is released on the 7th of February, which is
Monday.
Monday. This message comes too late. The first Saturday of February is the 5th, and I will announce it on Facebook. So ignore all that. We will have, by the time this is released, we will already have answered the questions people have for us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Ignore all that. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
And looking very much forward to the rehearsing and the shows and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would like to appeal to our good viewers and listeners to put a thumbs up and a like on this episode. Please find us on YouTube. I am at youtube.com/Herjohansson. I'll put direct links to Thaddeus's and Hans's YouTube channels as well. You'll find them in the upper right corner. On Instagram, we are Týr_official. On Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, we are Týrband. Track us on bandsintown.com/Týr to be notified of when we play a show in your area. You can find us on TikTok, where we are at Týrfaro. And we appeal to all people of good taste to listen to our music on their favorite streaming platform, or right over there on our YouTube channel, to which I will provide a direct link. At Týr.fo, you can pre-order our upcoming live release, A Night at the Nordic House, and you can pre-order anything that we have, CDs, LPs, merch, and you can sign up for our newsletter. If you want to support us, you can do that on patreon.com/Týrband. You will have access to early access to some cool behind-the-scenes material. And we put out these episodes on the 7th and the 22nd of each month, if we can make it, at 1700 Central European Time. Thank you all for being with us, and we hope to have you back here on the 22nd of February.
Oh, we're going to
5
do that.
p.m. Central European Time.
Oh, no. Sorry, ignore that. Didn't say anything.
Will we? I hope
No.
we will.
We will not do it together because... actually we could.
Let me check the schedule. We have... we'll be in the 21st, we're in the Faroes. On the 22nd, no, we won't be together, no. We have to record it before we go to the Faroes, all of us. And...
Right. We can do it on the 20th.
We could all just sit down together on the 22nd and do it in one take and then put it out without editing.
We could also, yes.
Maybe we will. In the rehearsal room.
Maybe we will.
Let's see about that.
Okay.
Anyway. Nasledano.
Bye-bye.
Bye.